Vancouver, Toronto, Canada's most decorated male singles skater is in Vancouver to stay, and he's accepted the bleak housing ownership prospects along with the panoramic views and year-round hiking trails. Patrick Chan, who grew up in Toronto and most recently lived in Michigan for 7 years, was only months away from the Pyeongchang Olympic Games when he moved to Vancouver last November. The Games would be the last event of his competitive skating career. The lead-up to Pyeongchang was trying for the three-time world champion, who glimpsed Olympic gold at the 2014 Sochi Games but ultimately had to settle for silver. He decided the Vancouver lifestyle, from hiking in the mountains to biking around the city, was the recipe for stress reduction he needed this time around. "You really forget how little you spend time outside as a competitive skater," Chan said in an interview with The Star. "I've never experienced a city that's so easy to go from on and off. You can be on to do whatever you need to do and then to switch off. You have so many avenues to do that." 6 months after his move and officially retired from figure skating, Chan finally has an Olympic gold medal in the team figure skating event, and the beginnings of a plan for life beyond skating. And, unless he opts for a secluded life on Bowen Island, that future is in Vancouver. Article continued below. "I've never known what it's like to be in love with a place and to be passionate about the city I'm in," said Chan. "To now feel that I would love to be a part of it." Chan is now 27 and going through a transitional period in life that all elite athletes inevitably face. "Skating," he said, "is all he has known, and having devoted himself to this sport meant missing out on other things like going to university. Now, it's like he's starting fresh. Right now I'm reliving what I lived when I was a kid learning how to skate," he said. "It took a long time. It isn't easy." Chan remembers thinking, at times when the pressure in his skating career was highest, that once he made it to retirement things would be easier. "I'm at that point and I still have that same normal stress and anxiety and challenges that I have to deal with," he said. That includes some of the typical troubles faced by young people in Vancouver, like finding affordable housing. Having saved up some money, Chan initially intended to buy a house in Vancouver. But when he got here, he found it was too expensive. Article continued below. "I remember it was a bit of a shock for 2-3 days and being really stressed," he said. "Obviously now I've learned to cope with it, and I'm okay renting." Chan said he feels like he belongs in Vancouver, even without owning a place, and that he wants to be involved in city building. He's thinking about getting into real estate development, where he could impact the city's skyline, and have an impact on housing affordability. "It's a very challenging place to live. If you live in a certain income bracket, that isn't high enough to sustain a life here," Chan said. In the meantime, the newly retired skater isn't getting off the ice yet. He's getting ready for a Canada-wide skating tour aimed at reaching a wider Canadian audience than ever before. Along with Ketlin Osmond, Elvis Stoico, Megan DeMel, Eric Radford, and beloved ice dancing duo Tessa Virtue and Scott Moyer, Chan will be skating in 26 shows in small and medium-sized cities across Canada. Vancouver and Toronto aren't on the itinerary, but Prince George and St. Catharines are. Jen Della Luna, a Vancouver events coordinator and lifelong figure skating fan, already has tickets. She's driving to Abbotsford for the occasion. "I thought it was really cool that they were focusing on smaller venues," Della Luna said. "I'm imagining an 8-year-old being taken to this, watching these people live, and saying, 'Oh my goodness, I could be Patrick Chan one day.'" Della Luna, who is Filipina and Chinese-Canadian, said Chan has long been a person she looks up to, and not just for his unparalleled expressiveness on the ice. "To see more Asian Canadian representation on the international level and seeing them make a name for themselves is something that I'm really proud of," she said. "He's younger than I am, and he's done so much for himself and for Canada." The tour launches in Abbotsford on October 5th. Alex McKean is a Vancouver-based reporter covering wealth and work. Follow her on Twitter, @Alex_McKean.